Hey everybody, this is Fran from the 5 Minute Modeler. Does your rolling stock shine like a star? Does it look like it just came off the assembly line? Let's face it, shiny plastic kills the realism of the layout. But you don't need an expensive airbrush or a spray booth to fix it. Today, I'll show you a simple, high-impact weathering process using inexpensive acrylic paints and drugstore chalks. We're going to turn some pristine cars into a veterans of the rails. Today's train cars have great detail, but much of it gets hidden in the paint applied by the manufacturer. Today, we're going to bring out that detail and get that car to show some age. First, the rules. 1. Less is more. Don't turn every car into a scrap heap. I tend to go overboard at times, but aim for working grime. Although, I have one exception to this rule that I'll share a bit later. Rule number 2, use reference photos. Look at this prototype. Notice how the rust and grime follow the seams and rivets. Gravity is the artist here, and that's what we're going to replicate. So here's the toolkit. You probably have this stuff already. I use inexpensive paintbrushes. I use a fine tip 000 and a couple of 1/4 to 1/2 inch brushes. I think I got these from Walmart. I use artist chalks or pastels, earth tones, generally black, burnt umber or brown, rust colored. You can also use pan pastels or other weathering powders that are out there. I have a brush with the bristles cut down to about 1/4 of an inch. This makes for stiff brushing for the chalks. I use standard cheap acrylic paint, generally dark brown and black, and I use distilled water, and I may use dull coat, and I have a hobby knife here. So let's jump in. I've removed the wheels and the shell. Because this factory paint is super slick, I've hit it with a quick spray of dull coat. This gives the surface some tooth, so our weathering actually sticks. You can bypass that step, but it'll be a little bit harder to scrub in the colors. First, I'm going to prepare some of the chalks. I'm using my hobby knife to scrape small amounts of each color into tiny cups. I start with the brush with the bristles cut off. I dip it into the chalks, and starting from the bottom of the car, I brush upward. This simulates dirt kicking up from the track. Hit the trucks, the couplers, and the ladders too. Remember, dark colors near the bottom, fading to lighter dust as you go up. For dark cars, I tend to use the black and the brown. For lighter colored cars, I'll use more of the brown. But don't worry if you put too much on. You can use a paper towel or a cotton swab to remove the excess. For the roof, start on the center line of the roof and pull the chalk powder to the sides of the car. You could stop right there and be satisfied with your model, but let's take it a step further. We're going to create thin washes of acrylic paint and distilled water. Mix a tiny amount of paint with a bit of distilled water in a small cup. It should look like dirty water, not paint. I mixed both a brown and a black mixture. Now I'm going to give you a critical warning and ask me how I know. There's a lot of information out there about using isopropyl alcohol as a paint thinner. And this is great for a lot of things, but generally not for weathering cars. IPA can lift the color from your models if the mixture is too strong. I'm using distilled water instead, and you could use a drop of acrylic flow improver if you'd like. So here's the gravity hack. Either hold or prop your car up at an angle. Take a wide brush, dip it in clean water, squeeze out the excess. Then dip the brush into your paint mixture and starting at the top of the car, apply some of that paint mixture. You may want to check that you have a thin enough wash by dabbing some on the inside of the car. With the wide brush, place it at the top of the car to place some of the paint mixture across the top. Gravity will begin to pull the paint down the car side. You dry your brush off with the paper towel and then use it to pull the paint mixture straight down to the bottom of the car and wick off any excess with your brush. That is instant realistic streaking. Repeat this across the vertical lines. If it's too heavy, just wipe it away with some clean water. You really can't mess this up. Don't forget the roof, and I mentioned this earlier, but this takes the most abuse from the sun and rain. I start with the black or brown powders down the center line, scrubbing it in toward the edge of the car. Once I'm satisfied with that, I may add a light wash of paint, again applying from the center, then pulling toward the edges of the car. If your car has roof walks, use a black wash to the roof walk. The wash will settle into the grates, and when it dries, you'll be amazed at how much detail shows. Now, I mentioned earlier not to overweather. Here's the exception: the interior of a gondola. These things get abused. The paint inside is usually gone, so you can go to town here. Heavy rust, black washes, debris, rust. If it looks beaten up, it looks real. Finally, you have a choice. You can seal this with dull coat. One warning, though, is that dull coat will make much of the chalk effects vanish or turn transparent. So if you plan to seal it, apply your chalks a little heavier than you think you need to. Personally, I don't handle my cars by the shell too often, so I leave the chalk unsealed for that ultra matte, dusty texture. And there it is, a model right from the manufacturer, transformed into a realistic model in minutes. If you have your own weathering secret weapons, throw it in the comments below. I'd love to see what you use. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more 5-Minute Modeler tips. And we'll see you on the next 5-Minute Modeler.